I'm Carter Pagenkopf's mom. We're from Sullivan, and my husband Craig and I have two sons, Carter, who's 15, and Caden, who's 10. On December 16th of 2016, my son Carter woke up for breakfast in the morning. He came upstairs and was acting just fine. And I asked him what he wanted for breakfast. He sat down at the counter, and he said he wanted pizza. So I thought, well, okay, you can have pizza today. So I turned around to warm up some pizza from the night before, and he said, Mom, I can't feel my leg. And I said, well, just tap it a few times. It's probably just asleep. And when I turned back around with his pizza, he was slumped over at the counter. He had a ruptured aneurysm. We didn't know it right away. We just called 911. And by the time the ambulance got to our home, Carter was unresponsive. They rushed him into the CT scanner and said he had a massive brain bleed, and they didn't know if he would survive. So they were able to go in and do surgery and resect, as much as they could, stop the bleeding. But it was a very major surgery. He didn't come out of it for many hours, and then he was in the intensive care unit, and it was still unsure if he was going to pull through. And he was at Children's for 43 days, trying to get better and get stronger and strong enough to even come home. When we left Children's Hospital, Carter was in a wheelchair. He was paralyzed on the left side. They said anything that he would get back spontaneously would be in the first 6 months, but he'd have to work really hard to get some function back. And so, as any parent probably would do, we were seeking out ways for him to, try to get better. And that's when we explored the why.
I remember the day that Carter and Stephanie came. It was just the two of them. They were interested in figuring out if this space would be suitable for Carter's needs.
And she said, no, let's look around. Let's see if there's anything you can do. Yeah, absolutely, just go ahead and try to get him on something. At 15 years old, you don't want to say, this is it, you're going to be in a wheelchair the rest of your life. We want him to try to get better and gain back whatever he could. And the Y has really helped him do that.
Over the time that I've been here, I've made friends with Rich Vance and Kelly. What I like about Rich is Rich has some great qualities as a trainer. He knows what to put me at, he knows how to help me.
When I first met him and had recognized him from being in the Y, when I found out that he had a stroke, that right there hits you, and you don't think of a 14 or a 15-year-old child having to deal with the after effects of a stroke. When I'm able to work with somebody that is trying to seriously impact the quality of their life, that is something that's very motivating for me as a personal trainer. I do see how his confidence level through the process has improved. But when we first started, I would tell him, okay, we're going to start here, this is what I want you to do. And then as things went along, he knew we were going to the ARC trainer, for example, so he'd get on the ARC trainer, start it up, get it going.
I think Rich is very good at making him feel good about what he's doing. Carter should be very proud of how far he's come and how hard he works, but he couldn't do it, without the support of good people.
I feel very proud of myself of how far I've actually come. And the reason being is I had no movement in my left side whatsoever when I was in the ICU for 8 days. I can sit down on the floor and get up. I can, let's see, what else can I do? I can kneel, which I couldn't do in the hospital at all. I couldn't lay on my stomach at all in the hospital. It really hurt my arm. And yeah, I've come a long way.
I guess because of the Y, Carter's been able to come farther than anybody thought possible a year ago. Everybody here has been absolutely amazing, kind, supportive, caring. I think everybody wants Carter to reach his full potential, and they have absolutely given 100% to help him do that.